our arrival at Cairo, we found that the plague had declared itself in that city. In these difficult circumstances, we quitted our boat at Old Cairo, placed our effects on the backs of camels, and walked on foot to Berlac.
With the National Trust, we've done Live at Lyme, and it's been a series of 5 commissions, theatre commissions, and we sort of came on board because the National Trust probably doesn't have that theatre background that maybe we've had. They came to us for our expertise in shortlisting, the interview process, and then working through rehearsals, developing scripts, then also looking at the pragmatics of event delivery as well. People can go to the National Trust now and read about Thomas Lee's life. They can learn about his family, they can learn about his adventures in Egypt. But what this does is that it brings it to life. If it's your first visit to Lyme Hall, it's a really nice, gentle introduction, particularly for those sort of maybe under 12s, under 10s, also adults who've never been there before. It reveals layers of Lyme Hall in ways that I don't think will have been done through reading about it in a book.
Over the last month we've had lots of different performers at Lyme, and they've been bringing to life the story of Thomas and the women in his life, so his wives and mum and his daughter. Also been responding to the theme of the Regency as well, which is our kind of theme at the moment. I have really enjoyed the more emotional stories where we've had some quite difficult subjects spoken about, like the abduction of Ellen Lee, or Ellen Turner as she was then. So it's been a whole range of different kind of reactions and responses.
But he did not bear me home, the strange man.
The artists have just taken things in such a creative and innovative direction that has been inspiring to see.
I'm Sarah Richardson, and I'm the director for The View from Outside, which is one of the pieces for Live at Lyme. And the idea behind the piece was that we would hear about Thomas Lee's story from the viewpoint of the servants, so the people that worked for him, the people that would have been around during his 21st birthday party but weren't invited.
Have you been over there?
The pieces are interactive pieces, so the audience come in and they hear from the actor about the story of Thomas Lee, but then they also have a chance to ask questions, or the character will ask questions of the audience. So they're able to actually talk about and learn about Thomas Lee through these characters. And they're given props, they're given a choice of stories to choose.
Yes, would anybody like to choose an item?
So our housekeeper says to them, can you choose one of these ingredients? And if they pick up the cocoa, they hear one story. And if they pick up the spices, they hear another story.
Ah, Captain F. Now, I won't tell you his full name.
My name is Mark Rosedale. I am the artist and theatre maker behind Letters from Egypt. This project behind me is the visual part of the project, and it's based on Regency letter writing. And during the Regency era, the recipient of the mail would pay for the delivery.
Time to deliver the post!
In order to make that cost low, people would want to save paper, and they'd want to make the weight very, very light. So they would actually cross their letters. They'd write horizontally, turn it 90 degrees, and continue writing to create a cross-hatching effect with the letter. This modern interpretation is the full script from Letters from Egypt, written in a cross-hatching style on acetate, so people can lift it up, they can see what's underneath and try and read the letters and just get a sense of how complicated it is to read. That's it, and you can see the different writing styles.
Working with the National Trust has been a really great opportunity and a really great process because they've been really open, they've been really supportive of our artists, and it's made the process so much easier, I think, from start to finish.
We've been working together to schedule performances so that we can offer visitors repeat showings if they miss it the first time, or indeed if they've just really enjoyed it. And we have had feedback where visitors have said they've come back 2 weekends in a row. They didn't know that this was happening, then they came and they were absolutely spellbound by it.
The lady singing and the act, because normally I would be quite shy to do that kind of thing, so I'm really happy that they made it without being shy.
It's been really exciting for the artists and for us and for the National Trust, I think, because it provides a new perspective on sort of Thomas Lee's life, on the Regency era, and I think that's what theatre does. It makes you think about things differently, and then you look next to you and someone else has got a completely different viewpoint on it, and it starts those new conversations and probably reveals thoughts and ideas which maybe you didn't think of beforehand.
We've just seen Mrs. Strange and her menagerie with a dancing bear, a real dancing bear.
The bear was great.
It's brought laughter and noise, but also a great emotional connection, because there's been some quite emotive stories told as well. But it really has brought the house to life.